Then please put your hands together and welcome to the stage the Emperor of the Universe. Give it up for Ian McDiarmid!
May the Fourth be with you. Here in South Africa.
Thank you. We'll see you later. Bye. Let's get out of here.
Morning. Hi. Hello.
How you doing today, Ian?
Hello. Oh, pretty good.
Did you have a good night last night? You get to eat some good South
very
African
relaxing,
cuisine?
You know. Yeah, I had a very nice day here yesterday. You're also friendly. What's the matter with you?
So what did you get into last night? What did you do?
Oh, quiet dinner, I'm afraid. Yes, you know. Little imperial dinner. Nothing fancy, you know. But I'll make up for it in the next 3 days, because the organization is very kindly going to take me around, so I'm going to go up Table Mountain, sort of one fist at a time. And then we're going on a wine tasting. I would hope no one's going to watch that. And then finally, I think we're just going to do a general tour of a safari park nearby. So I hope they've got the right animals, that's all I can say. I'm into Black Panthers myself, but there you are.
Well, yesterday we talked about how you got involved with Star Wars, how you got a chance to be part of all 3 decades of Star Wars.
We did.
Did you have a particular favorite?
Of all the movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. There's a surprise. And of course, it has its 20th anniversary this year. Yes, I know. And keeps reminding me about how old I actually am.
Well, yesterday, we talked about getting some questions from the audience, so we got somebody with a microphone. So if anybody in the audience has a question, put your hand up nice and high.
Good.
And we will get our friend with the microphone right over here. So here we go. We'll start off running from the beginning. Just pick whoever you want. It's your choice.
It's exciting.
Nice and loud for us.
Hi, hello.
Hi, hello.
Hi, so the most recent Star Wars project I heard you in was The Bad Batch Season 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah.
So I was just wondering, how did you find the voice acting as opposed to live action? And if you are legally allowed to tell us, would you like to do more voice acting, maybe?
Well, yeah, I'm quite keen. I always expect people to ask me to do more, you know, commercially. But most people ask me to wish their friends and enemies happy birthday on the phone in the Emperor's voice, which the words happy and birthday don't go together for the Emperor, really. So I tend not to do that. But The Bad Batch was a lot of fun. Couldn't be more different from being in the studio, you know, on Star Wars. I turn up this little place in Soho, and down the line is Dave Filoni, the genius, one of the geniuses behind Star Wars. And we give it a go about 3 times, and then he picks one. And then I got to go home 20 minutes later. So it's very straightforward, but it's fun to do. And as far as recalling the voice, I find it always there. So there's your answer.
All right, while they relocate to find another question, tell us about working with Dave Filoni.
Yeah, Dave.
Like the similarities between him and George, I
Yes, he's, you know, he's been with George for a number of years, and George would be the first to say they work very creatively together. And now he's sort of branching out independently, as you know, with Ashoka and various other projects. And, I mean, he's very gifted, and he knows everything there is to know about digital technology, and, of course, everything there is to know about Star Wars. And the great breakthrough for those series, I mean, I'm talking to Ewan, actually, recently, about the Obi-Wan series. Yeah, he's on a play in London at the moment, if you get across. Real well worth seeing. But he said it was such a relief to suddenly be in, as it were, the real desert. So nowadays they're surrounded by a terrific digital recreation of the world that they're in, as opposed to a blue or a green screen. That makes such a difference to an actor. And Dave was one of the pioneers of that. So it's great that he's on board and he's in charge of a lot of the projects. It means a lot of the projects are in very safe hands.
Right over here.
Will you be in Endor?
Where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Hi.
Will you be in any future Star Wars projects?
Give me that again.
Will you be in any future Star Wars?
Well, I'm not going to tell you, am I?
Will you be in
Secrecy
Endor?
is the name of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, Lucasfilm has like
Nobody's called me recently, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Lucasfilm has like a 30-page non-disclosure agreement. They
Exactly.
make everybody sign.
Over
Hello,
here.
ma'am.
Oh, right over here.
I'm still
Oh, he's
holding
going.
a
He'll come
mic.
back.
Over here on this side, Ian.
Hi.
Hello.
So my question to you has to do with my character that I'm playing, Luke. So I noticed, especially in the throne room in episode 6, pretty much anything Luke said, on your face, the way you were saying it, obviously you had a lot of hatred for it. I'm just wondering if you had any sort of acting process that you
We're
used.
losing you. You got to put the microphone by your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you had any sort of acting process that you used with like anything Luke said to be like, I hate what this guy is saying, to be able to be like, so be it, Jedi.
Yeah.
Throne room scene. How did you find your hatred?
Oh, the throne room scene, which one? And which film are you talking about?
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, okay. How did I find my hatred? I don't know. I sort of brought it in with me, and put it beside that big chair and picked it up. Serious answer to your question. I don't know. It just seems to be there. When you get a script and it's fairly clear what the character's like, as an actor, you sort of go there. And because we talked about this yesterday, once I saw the face that they put on me, brilliant Nick Dudman, wonderful makeup artist, responsible for all of Harry Potter now. He was just, working his way up in those days. And he put the face on me, I saw it, I screamed, and then I found the voice to fit it. And so I just thought of him as a horrible, slimy reptile in some way, and the voice came out. And so that's what happened. Okay.
Hi, hopefully you'll understand me. I have a bit of a stuffed nose, but when playing the Emperor, what was your favorite part about it?
Outfits, did you say?
What was your favorite part
Of
about
playing
playing
the Emperor?
him?
Yes, I love playing the Senator because, he was pretending to be somebody he wasn't, the typical hypocritical politician. I don't know why you're laughing. Just because I put those two words together. Yeah, and that was fun. But the most exciting scene, really along that line, was in the opera with Haydn, when the final manipulation takes place, and he knows he's got him at last. That was good because I think it's probably the longest dialogue scene in any Star Wars movie. And I thought, well, probably George will cut into it later, keep the action going. But he didn't. He let it play out for its full length. And we had a very interesting time doing it on a particular Friday, end of the day. And that was fun to do. And also, it was great to be very close, one-on-one with Haydn. And we had absolutely no rehearsals. We just hoped we'd remember the lines. And George said, if you don't remember the lines, don't stop. So we didn't stop, but I think I got through it, despite all sorts of things going on in the studio at the time. Mobile phone went off, yeah, thanks a lot to the producer. And also, the first AD was having a birthday, that's nice. And a gold robot was in the corner preparing the champagne. I could see him out the corner of my eye. So it didn't help brilliant concentration. But sometimes when you're fighting against the odds, you find you get something extra, and maybe it happened that day.
So yesterday we talked about your love of Shakespeare.
Yeah.
So if you had to, which Shakespearean character best represents the Emperor?
That's an interesting one. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole sort of mix of them in a kind of way it represents the emperor. There's a mad emperor in an early Shakespeare play called Titus Andronicus. He is completely insane. And he ends up in a very distressful situation. I won't tell you in case you get to see it. It's on at Stratford at the moment. But I suppose in a way, King Lear, although King Lear is sort of redemptive. I mean, you feel maybe as it goes on that this terrible tyrant has more to him, and maybe you feel a grain of compassion for him. But for the emperor, I think compassion is out of the question.
So no redemption for the emperor.
No redemption for the emperor, no, as far as I know. I don't know what happened to him after he was incinerated. But yes, never trust your granddaughter. That's my advice. Who's next?
Right there.
Hi.
Hi there. This is for the entire fan base, basically. Which is the most annoying character in Star Wars for you?
Right. I didn't hear the end of that.
The most annoying Star Wars character for you.
The most annoying. Ah, you give me an opportunity to answer that. Yes. A certain Ewok. Brilliantly played, of course, by a certain very celebrated actor who's a friend of mine. That had nothing to do with it. No, I just hated the fact that the emperor and all this extraordinary apparatus that, you know, concocted over the years could be destroyed by a bunch of teddy bears.
Who are some of the actors that you worked with on Star Wars that you still remain close with?
I suppose, well, I've known Ewan most of his life, or ever since he was at drama school anyway, so I see him regularly. I saw him the other day because he was in town rehearsing this play called My Master Builder, if you get to London. And he just happened to be, I didn't know I was going to see him. I was eating my breakfast in a restaurant around the corner from where I live, and so was he, with a few of his family. So it was nice to see him. That's always nice. And Hayden, of course, who I see regularly at occasions like this. And, you know, we become quite close over the years. And it was good doing the movie with him. And he was a very young actor then. He was just beginning. And we'd sort of planned to do a bit of work together, you know, rehearsing the lines and things. But there was never any time for that because he was usually either fight training or I was pretending to fight train as well. And so we were, again, as I said earlier on, it was always last-minute stuff in the studio, on with the lines, 20 takes, and that was it. But that's the system, and we both quite like that. You know, it keeps it fresh. And as I alluded to, Warwick, of course, Warwick Davis, you know, as a real person, he's great. As a teddy bear, not so good. But, well, everybody really. And of course, the late, great Christopher Lee, who was a kind of hero of mine. Yeah, Desi of yours too. When I was just a kid, I used to see his Dracula movies, fantastic. And, you know, what I liked about what he didn't just play this horrific person with the teeth, you know. He brought some kind of dark soul to the character. And, well, I suppose maybe I tried to do that a bit with the Emperor, although it's sort of easier with Dracula, and he gets to go to sleep every night, of course. So they're the main guys. Working with Natalie was a joy. On Phantom Menace, she was very young, but very assured. She's always been very self-confident in a good way, Natalie. But I remember once we were at the top of this giant sort of pod thing, you know, which later on became the Senate. And it was high up and fairly hair-raising, and she had this rather uncomfortable headdress on. And she was clearly in a bit of pain. And I said, maybe we should stop for a bit and get the people to come up. I said, no, I don't want to do that because the hair artist hasn't got a head for heights. That's typical Padme, that's typical Natalie. So she suffered rather than put anybody else through it. It was the first time I met her. Later on, we got to know each other reasonably well. Went out to dinner once. And I was fascinated to hear that after this, she didn't want to move on to the next great movie. She wanted to go back to college and continue her work as a psychologist. That was impressive, too.
Hi.
Hello.
my question is, what was your favorite and most memorable scene throughout the 6 movies with Hayden?
Yeah, I have to go back to the one I mentioned already, the scene in the opera. That was originally going to be another scene in the office. Hello, you lot out there. And George said, well, we've seen enough of his big offices, and I think maybe we should take him somewhere else. And, you know, you're a theater actor, so maybe we should go to the theater. I said, oh, great. And I said, in that case, I found the one redeeming feature of Palpatine. That is, he loves going to the theater. Well, of course, he didn't. It was just another place to manipulate, and an ideal place to manipulate, because, well, there was he sitting in one side, and there were you, Anakin, sitting on the other. And when we came to do the scene, it was just a couple of chairs, not nearly as luxurious as this, you know. And the 2 cameras filming us were down there, which is fine, except that means they're going to make you look even more hideous than usual, because they come underneath your chin. But there was Hayden and I, as I say, opposite each other, just acting, you know, with no enormous effects or wind machines or everything, you know, blasting towards us, just the offstage stuff, which we coped with. But I liked that scene too, because, well, it was the story of the evolution, almost anyway, of Palpatine and how he rose by an act of murder.
All right, we got time for one more question, and she's right back there.
Hi, I wanted to ask about the makeup and costuming. How long did the makeup take, and did you have any say in the costume?
In the costume? No. It came as a bit of a shock, because I've just seen you've got a teapot on your head. It's very nice. Yeah. If it had been a coffee pot, I'd have asked for some. No, now I've forgotten the question. Yes, the costume and the makeup. No, the costume was a big surprise, because when they say you're playing the Emperor of the Universe, you know, once you pick yourself up off the floor, you think, well, it'll be very grand. It may be like, you know, a Chinese emperor, Indian emperor, wonderful robes, long robes, gold and red and all the rest of it. And then they turned up with this black dressing gown with a hood. And I thought, oh, yeah, that you want me to go to the next room to change, and this is so that nobody recognizes me. No, that's the costume. Oh. Then, of course, I realized it was absolutely brilliant. And as George had inadvertently referred to my nose at our first and only audition, if that's what it was, I could see the value of it, too, because he could light my nose. And every now and again, all you needed to see was the nose, and you'd know who it was. So I never wanted that costume to change. But when he was reinstated in The Rise of Skywalker, the costume designer said, I think he should have a bit of color. I said, you must be joking. But no. He said, no, I'm going to design a red undergarment. So a bit of Sith red peeps through in that, and I made the most of that fitting.
All right, well, there's something that we've kind of put together in honor of May the 4th today. Since you did so much fight training, you're very handy with the lightsaber. But we have some young folks here that decided that they want to be part of the dark side here today.
I see.
So.
Good for you.
So we were wondering, since you've got your Scottish English background, if you could potentially knight them into the dark side today in honor of May the 4th.
Oh well, yes. I'll just with a saber, you mean? Yeah.
Correct. Yes, we've got one.
I'll just take very great care not to incinerate you. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, here it is. Thank you, my loyal apprentice. I'm going to keep him there for the next 5 minutes.
Why don't we?
Thank you.
Why don't we let you hang on? Wait, let's let you practice on the adult real quick. We don't. That way, if you burn an ear off or something,
yes,
he works for the convention,
yes,
so he's expendable. There you go.
And you know what I'm going to say, which is rise.
All right. Well, now we have some shorter people here, so
very good.
You might
shorter
recognize.
People, fortunately, no Ewoks. Hello, hey, you're my young apprentice already. That's very good. You've been in training, I can tell. Here we go. I feel like King Charles. Yes. You want the other one as well? No? Yeah, the other shoulder? Yeah, go on. Rise. Oh, yes. There always has to be some troublemaker or other. Yeah. You're going to kneel? Oh, yes, I thought you weren't going to kneel for a moment. I could have done it on your head.
They're just not allowed to take their helmets off. That's the only rule.
Okay, yes.
No, this is the way. No.
Oh, my God. Yes, keep it on. Here we go. 1 and 2 and rise. Very good. Oh, he's next. Very good. Taller person. That's good. Oh, very serious. Yes. Oh, yes. You're absolutely in training now. I can tell that. Very good. And so, 1 and 2 and rise. Thank you. And here we are. Now, what are you wearing? Yes. It's a sort of, yeah, you're on the way to being a Sith, I see. Well, keep trying. Here we go. 1 and 2 and rise. Very good. And now, oh my God, it's me. I mean, I've heard of narcissism, but knighting yourself really takes the biscuit. Okay, very good. Oh, it's Darth Maul. I see. I hadn't seen your red face. I thought that was embarrassment. Here we go. 1 and 2 and rise. Yeah, well done. That's great. What fun.
Well, that's it. So we want to also thank the folks at Saber Realm for giving us the lightsaber to use today.
Yeah,
that was
thank
very
you very much,
you know any special?
Do I get to keep this? No.
Any special tricks you know?
I'm sorry?
You know any are you like when Ray Park comes on stage, he does the whole thing.
Yeah, he does. He knows, but I prefer to keep my secrets in my fingers. So, but thank you anyway.
My favorite moment I wanted to share with you that you don't know about. At Star Wars Celebration this year,
yes,
they had Sam Witwer come out.
Oh, good.
And he did what was referred to backstage as an Ian McDiarmid.
Really?
Which is he came out after the trailer played and said, "Play it again."
Oh, yes.
Just like you. So that is called an Ian McDiarmid.
Is it? Very
yes.
good. Play it again. Well, I should, play it again, Sam would be a good thing to say to Samuel Jackson, wouldn't it, really? But I killed him long ago. He's still around, apparently. Yeah. Digitally created. AI, you know. Yeah.
All right, so you are going to be here today upstairs on level 2.
Yes.
Autographs and
signing
photos.
And taking pictures with you all. So see you then, I hope.
There's one other thing that we want to do, and I know we've got our photographer friends here, but we'd like to take a big old family group photo with everybody. So everybody here, stand up, get on your feet, and on the count of 3, I want you to yell, clap, scream, toss a baby in the air, whatever it is that you need to do to look like you're having fun. Here we go on 3. 1, 2, 3. And on the count of 3, yell, "May the 4th be with you." 1, 2, 3.
Oh, all right.
One more time, put your hands together for Ian McDiarmid, y'all. Don't forget to stick around. We got more excitement coming on the stage. We got Michael Trucco. He'll be taking the stage next. Whatever you do today, make some new friends and enjoy your day.